Xiaomi X20 Plus, X10 Plus, and X20 Pro. 3 robots, same family, but the gap between them isn't suction power. It's how much your floors actually look mopped instead of just damp. That's where these 3 split. And it's also where most buyers overpay or underbuy. If you just want hard floors kept tidy day to day, one of them is plenty. If you've got pets, kids, kitchen mess, and you want to stop mopping by hand, you need to climb. And the top one only pays off if you'll actually use what it adds. All 3 linked below.
So how do they actually mop? This is where the gap shows up before anything else.
The X10 Plus uses a static mop pad you have to clip on and clip off by hand. It drags water across the floor with no scrubbing motion, no pressure, and it doesn't lift when it hits a rug. There's an opinion floating around that captures it well. It leaves a thin trail of water on the way to the room you actually wanted mopped, because the pad is sitting flat the whole time. For light daily damp passes on tile, it's fine. For dried kitchen splatter, coffee drips, or anything stuck on, you're going to be on your knees finishing the job. The X20 Plus jumps to dual rotating pads, spinning at 180 RPM, and that single change is what makes the mopping feel real. Spinning pads with downward pressure actually scrub. Dried stains lift, grout looks cleaner, and the floor dries with that slight shine instead of a damp smear. Pads also lift over rugs, so you stop worrying about wet carpet. The X20 Pro keeps the same rotating system and adds hot water washing of the pads at the base, plus hot air drying. On the floor itself, the mopping result is very close between the two. Where the Pro pulls ahead is the pads stay cleaner between rooms, so the last room gets mopped with something that actually resembles a clean cloth.
Straight up, if replacing manual mopping is the whole reason you're buying a robot, the X10 Plus is out. The rotating system on the other 2 is on a different level.
Now, maintenance. This is the hidden cost nobody talks about until month 2.
All 3 auto-empty dust into a bag at the base. The X10 Plus stops there. You still install and remove the mop pad by hand, rinse it in the sink, hang it to dry. It's the simplest base, and that simplicity has a real upside. Less to clean, less to break. The X20 Plus and X20 Pro wash the pads at the base automatically, then dry them. The X20 Plus dries with cold air, which takes longer, and there's a recurring note from owners that drying can run several hours, and the fan noise gets old. The Pro uses hot air and finishes in around 3 hours, which also fights that musty smell that builds up on damp pads. Sounds hands-off, and mostly it is. But here's the honest part. There's a long review I keep coming back to from an X20 Plus owner who pointed out the base tray itself gets grimy, and you end up rinsing it under the tap every couple of weeks. Same goes for hair around the brush every few days if you've got pets. So the all-in-one base saves you from mopping, not from upkeep entirely.
If you hate fiddling with anything, the X10 Plus is actually the lowest effort option, just with a worse mop. Suction. The X10 Plus pulls 4,000 pascals. The X20 Plus moves up to 6,000. And the X20 Pro hits 7,000. On hard floors with normal dust, all 3 vacuum well. And honestly, people coming from older Roombas or basic models notice the jump immediately, even with the X10 Plus. Pet hair is where the spread matters. With 1 or 2 shedding animals, 6,000 pascals on the X20 Plus is the sweet spot. And owners with Chihuahuas, Labradors, cats all report the floor stays visibly cleaner of hair without having to push turbo mode. The Pro's 7,000 helps if you also vacuum low rugs regularly, but on bare floors, the difference between 6,000 and 7,000 is honestly hard to feel.
On navigation, all 3 use LDS laser mapping, and they all map fast and accurately. The X20 Plus adds the S-Cross obstacle avoidance, which handles cables, shoes, and pet bowls better than the other 2. If your floor tends to be cluttered, that one detail saves you rescues. The Xiaomi Home app runs all of them with the same logic. Rooms, no-go zones, schedules, suction and water levels per room. It works, but it's not the most intuitive thing, and there's a stray complaint about the Pro dropping Wi-Fi that I'd treat as a one-off rather than a pattern.
Noise-wise, all 3 are quiet on standard mode and loud on turbo. Nothing unusual.
On price, all 3 sit in a similar range, closer than you'd expect. The X10 Plus is the cheapest of the 3, and tends to drop the most on sales. The X20 Plus usually carries a small premium for the rotating mop system and the bigger water tanks. The X20 Pro often shows up at promotional prices very close to the X20 Plus, sometimes even matching it, which changes the math entirely depending on the week you're shopping.
Here's the call. For most of you watching, the X20 Plus, the rotating mop, the 6,000 pascals, and the S-Cross obstacle avoidance hit the sweet spot for pets, mixed floors, and homes that actually want manual mopping gone. If you only need light daily upkeep on hard floors and hate fiddling with bases, the X10 Plus is the smart pick. Just accept the mop is basic. If the X20 Pro shows up matching the X20 Plus on price, grab the Pro for the hot water wash and faster drying. Outside that window, no fluff. It's not worth the jump. The X10 Plus drops the most on sales. worth waiting if budget is tight. And you, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. Links are in the description.